Here's another reason why your content is going nowhere. Because you're walking around here with your jacket open. Back in the early part of this century, King Edward VII, before he became king, when he was actually the Prince of Wales, used to have suits created or made for formal occasions and gatherings and things along those lines. And what he would do with his jacket is that he would not button the bottom button of his jacket. Because he had such influence, because he had such power, right? And because, of course, he was a part of the royal family, every man to honor him would do the same thing that he was doing. So they too would have jackets that were not all the way buttoned, or they would leave the bottom button unbuttoned. So what's interesting about this is that there was actually a reason why Edward VII left his bottom button unbuttoned. You wanna know why? It was reported that Edward VII would eat up to 12 courses a day. So the reason why he would keep his bottom button unbuttoned, because it had too much constriction on his belly. So you have all of these men following in the footsteps of Edward VII, keeping their bottom button unbuttoned, not even knowing why he is doing it in the first place. They just following behind him. So maybe the reason why your content is going nowhere is because you've seen an influential person in your niche start or hop on a trend, and you hopped on it just because you saw them do it. And if you're honest, you don't even know why they started it or hopped on it in the first place. Now, there is a bunch of dangers for your brand that I'm not gonna go into in this video. But what I will say is, this is why it's super important for you to be able to know exactly what your brand represents, what your mission is, what your values are, right, in regards to your personal brand. Because if you don't, then you will run the risk of hopping on anything that's trending just because you see other people doing it. But that could potentially lead to brand confusion in the marketplace, and people are not gonna really be able to get a gauge on who you are or what you represent or what you do. And because of that, even if you get some attention or some visibility and you get some followers quick because you hopped on a popular trend, more than likely those followers are not gonna stick around because they came for a particular thing because you did this particular trend, but now none of your other content or your messaging is in alignment with that trend. So they came just to be entertained, but they're going to go, and more than likely they're not going to come back. So here's what I want you to do. Stop chasing trends. If there is a trend that you can realistically say, this aligns with my brand, this aligns with my messaging, I can actually infuse who I am organically and genuinely into this trend, so I'll be able to take advantage of the popularity of it, but also be able to make sure that the people who come across it actually know who I am, then cool, go for it. But what I don't want us to do is just be hopping on trends just because we see other people who are influential in our niche doing it. Because the reality of it is this: their mission is not your mission, their vision is not your vision, their brand is not your brand. Everything that we do has to be in alignment, but also nurture our brand so we can continue to cultivate an environment for it to grow. You got me? All right, peace.